Hello, everybody. Sorry, just still getting some stuff set up. It's kind of fun moving everything out here to the shop. So, let's see what we got here. Oops, what did I just do? That don't work. Okay, more. That don't work. Mute this stupid thing. Don't want to be hearing myself over and over. There we go. And you chat. Okay, let's pick out some wood. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to make some pins. Couple. Um, Got to pick out the wood first. I think the first one's going to be this that I picked out here, the Bethlehem olive wood. But I'm also going to do one out of spalted tamarind, and I want to see which one actually looks the best when we're done. So let's get making sure I don't already have package open. Don't see it, so let's grab this out of here. And there's the spalted tamarind. It's got the nice dark lines in it. Back up there. And then here is the Bethlehem olive wood. Let's get one with a lot of character. That one right there should do pretty good. So, okay. Hey, Scratch and Go. It's hard for me to see what's going on in here. Oh, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and post the link at the top. If anybody wants to come up, that way y'all can, whoever comes, somebody can come up and read chat to me while I'm working. So let's see. But copy. Okay. Lost connection there for a second. But let's see. Can I pin that? No, can't pin that. Hey. RC. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pin it from the other side. There we go. Image. There we go. Somebody can come up. So because it's going to be hard for me to work and read at the same time. But yeah, we're going to do one of each of these. And let's grab the kits over here. And I think click, where we don't want to click. There we go. We're going to do one with the red, white, and blue, and one with the black. And I think red, white, and blue is going to go with the. Yeah, we'll do red, white, and blue with the Bethlehem olive wood. Let's get this turned around over here where you can actually see what I'm doing. So first thing I'm going to do is take a tube out so we can measure this. Okay. So there's our tube. Same tube for both sets. We'll put these over here. trusty little work pencil out. I'll risk the ones I build out here in the shop. Let's see. Yeah, I like this thing better. But we're going to mark it. Then I'm going to go over there and cut it off at the bandsaw. Up there. And on the tamarind, I think yeah, right there, I'm going to waste a little piece, but I want the best grain possible. So I'll cut that little tip off. Oh no, he's cutting the tip off. Good thing it's not a nose, isn't that right? Okay, I'll be right back. Going to do a little bit of bandsaw work. Yeah, guess it wouldn't take too much for me to just do that. There we go. Now, sorry about the noise. And there we go. 2 of them are ready. Let's turn you back around so you can watch. Now we got to drill holes in these puppies. Wonder if I can zoom that in a little bit. Huh. Guess not. But I guess I need to install some different software for that. So let's get our drill stuff out. First thing, let's get this mandrel off. And we'll chapter. Hold it square. And you know, I don't remember. So anybody remember what sounds like a baby T-Rex? Okay. Yeah, got to get the instructions because I can't remember what size drill bit to use on this. Always best to look at your instructions because they're all different. All we got to do is find the right one. Now, pin, traditional pin, horse pin. You didn't know horses can use pins, did you? Okay. So this uses a 3/8 inch drill bit with the 3000 BU bushings. So drill bit comes first, and 3/8 is right. What is that? No, it's 10 millimeter. Is that my 3/8? I think that's 3/8. Either 3/8 or 5/8. It's hard to read the side of it. Yep, that's it. Okay, so let's put that puppy in there. Sock it down real good. We got to drill a hole for the tube to go in. First one. Get it in Very nice. Whoop, wrong end. Yeah, time to start the drilling. Let's turn the speed down a little bit. Don't want to burn through it. See, it's more efficient to turn the wood and let your drill bit stay still. Okay, so here we go. Let's get through this. Through. Don't grab in it. It really, really hurts. It does. Hey, Josh. Oh, Donald. Every once in a while, I'll look over here at the laptop, but I can't see what's going on. If I pinned the link to the top if someone wants to come up. That way, you can chat with voice and let me know when somebody comes in here and asks a question that I don't see because I'm working on this stuff. What I'm doing now is I'm testing to make sure that it got a good drill through there, good hole, and it did. So we'll set that over there on the table, and let's try this next one. Put it in, keep it straight, and do the same thing one more time. And she's off. Now this is the olive wood. It's a little bit harder to, it's like it's a little moister in the inside. So once it cuts, it kind of expands and it will lock that up and yank your chuck. That's why I keep my hand here. I've got really good grip on it. And I can feel it trying to move, but we're through. And we have another hole. Let's check it. If it's okay, it's time to glue the tubes in. So let's get this stuff out of the way. I'm going to do it. I'll look over here. Too shy. Yeah, me too. I've been told that I'm really, really shy. Shy common sense. Never mind. It's bad joke. Okay. So get this out, and I cheat. Don't tell anybody that I did this. Okay, light. Why'd you come off? There we go. And remember, when you're taking your chuck off, turn the lathe. Don't turn the chuck, or you'll drop it and have to buy a new one. Don't ask me how I know. I heard somewhere. Asking for a friend. Is that still a thing? I don't even know if that ever applies. Okay. So, I'm getting the glue so that we can glue this up. Stuff's out of the way there. We're going to use a thick Starbond, thick super glue. I'm going to show you all a little secret. Take some painter's tape. And just, got nasty on it. I like to tear it a little bit and make it into a T. And then, you rip it all up because it's stuck to your finger. You know, it's the first time I've ever messed up putting tape on my finger. It's because I'm live, I think. Let's try it again. Okay. See, the reason that messed up because normally I reach up and grab my scissors. This time I thought I'd be, really cool and just do it with my fingers. So let's make a little T with the tape, and you'll see why in a second. It just helps the procedure down here. Okay, since we're going to be working a lot with super glue, do that, put that over the top, bring it around, and then seal it off. Now you can put super glue on. So there's one of our tubes. We'll pull the other tube out. So get just a little bit different coloration. My guidance counselor in high school told me, whatever career you pick, just make it one that doesn't have to deal with the public, because they said I had no people skill whatsoever. I didn't have the heart to tell them that maybe it's just because they weren't important, or no, not important, interesting enough, Okay, I need something to go underneath so I don't drop glue on my bench, or the guides here, the ways. And this is fairly straightforward here. We're just going to soak this thing down here with thick super glue. Then we're going to take it, decide which end we're going in, and then just give it a little twist and use the taped finger. Who would that be calling me? Oh, didn't get there in time. Somebody in Las Vegas. Just missed a call. Maybe they were telling me I won something, huh? Okay, but anyway, we take our activator now, and we'll shoot the end of it. Whoop, missed it. That'll set the glue up faster. And we'll do the next one. Try to put it along the end too. Yeah, let's go this side. We'll spray it up a little bit off camera here, make it nice and hard. So now we've got our tubes in there. We need to trim it to where it's flush with those tubes. So when I cut it, I measured and left just a little bit of wood. That way, when I do this, okay, I'm going to give my first warning. Kids, do not do this at home. Matter of fact, do this if you have any common sense. But since I am decidedly lacking in common sense, I'm going to do it by hand. Okay, so we just put this in there, and since the glue kind of filled it, it would probably help if I had the right sized barrel trimmer. It's not that one. There we go. That one right there. I almost messed up. So we will take this end off, and there's the trimmer. This is just the guide that fits perfectly flush inside the pin blank. Just tighten it back up. Okay. Now, let's try that again. Put that in its little hole. Now, just put it in, Now that sometimes sticks out the end, and that's why you got to be careful because, well, I've got scars from this device. That teaches you what not to do. And what I'm doing is I do it, cut a little bit, and then pull it back. And see, now I'm flush with the shiny brass tube. And we just do the other end. And it's done. And let's do tamarind. Same way. Oh, looky there. And that happens sometimes. That's called a blowout. See if it's savable. It will be, but you know what? I'm going to save it some other time because now it's just this is too grainy. I will save that at a later date. Okay, that's see, it's already glued up too. The way I'm going to save this is I'm going to go ahead and trim it down, break some other pieces out of it, and then I'll do a resin pour around it, and we'll have a hybrid blank that has some color like a green or a blue or something to match. Got to keep them handy. So all we have to do is cut another piece. I think that tamarind is going to be a little too. Oh, you know what? Let's do a walnut burl. Let's do that. So we mark it. Yeah. So we mark it. There we go. And I'll cut that off real fast. We're going to have to hook it back up. We're going to have to put the drill bit back in there because we're going to have to cut another one. That's part of the process. So I'm not going to move the camera this time. I'm just going to cut this real fast. Okay. Cool. Let's put the chucks on. And that's that one. And then we have that. Put the scissors up. Drill bit. Did I say 3/8? I said 3/8, didn't I? So there it is. Put that puppy in. Look over. Oh, no. I like to get a little hands on with it. Yeah. Come back up. Let's drill as a hole. Okay, am I back? Sorry about that. Lost connection. Don't know if there's anybody in here, but should be back. And let's do a little squirt. May have to work on my network, get more internet out here. So let's do a trim down. I don't know how long it was down. I didn't even notice. So we're trimming the ends, get them square with the tube. What you don't want to do is get your skin in there. Perfect. Okay. Now, let's try this again. But we're ready to start turning. Let's see. I don't think there's anybody in here right now, but make sure it's still streaming. Huh. Is it still streaming? There we go. Okay, something's up. Okay, welcome back. Connection's back anyway. I'll try to pay attention to that a little bit better. See, that's why I pin the link at the top and try to get somebody to come up here and tell me what's going on, so that I know when things like that happen. Out here in the shop, I need to get another node for our mesh network, which would give us a little bit better connection out here. So we're back to where we were at a minute ago before I trimmed that. And we can put our mandrel on and start turning. Now, I'm going to show you two different ways to turn. I'm going to show you first the traditional way. Okay, so we get our bushings. The bushings are different for everything that we do. Every pin has its own set of bushings. And I got a little box here. And I just find my 3000s. There they go. Close that up. Okay. These hold the block, the blank, and also give us an indication of when we need to stop turning. We're going to go ahead and do the olive wood first. And we're going to use traditional tools for that. Traditional meaning skew chisel. One of the hardest tools to turn with, because instead of it being scoops and stuff like that, all it is like a knife blade here. Yeah, I think that'll be sharp enough. I hope that'll be sharp enough, because I've got the cameras attached to my sharpening tool. So we're going to start with that. And I'll show you why it's a little bit cantankerous. sure that don't hit, and let's turn this up. Now, if you do this wrong, it's going to catch and it just explode that wood. So hold your breath. Okay, got where I'm at. Now I'm watching the top up there. That's why this thing is so hard to use. You see it catch? Because I didn't hold it right. This is the hard way to do it. But once you get used to it, see, and you can even take it, go the other way with it, get the other side. See, that's the problem. I was used to the other way, tried to start at the end and it caught. But I like this because it's actually slicing the grain. It's cutting it like a knife. That'll make a smoother cut across there. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Kiwi. Hey, Lisa. If somebody wants to come up, y'all can tell me when stuff happens so I can know. Because while I'm doing this, I can't see the chat unless I turn and look. But I'm using traditional tools on this first pin. And it'll get that off pretty good. But again, still not. And remember, I'm watching the top there to keep it straight. So we're only doing 2,600 RPM. So it's not going to do a lot of damage to me. Normally, I would have my face mask. I got a full face mask up there and I have a respirator. But if I had that stuff on, you wouldn't be able to hear me. So this is your traditional cut. And you can kind of see it's making little curlies come off. Right in the bevel. What this is doing, it's working like a hand plane as it goes through there, and it's just slicing that top layer off. Now we're getting down close to where we want to stop. So I'll go over here and I'll get it down to the diameter I want on that end right here. And then I'll use that to start. Perfect. Going the other way. And that'll tell me when I'm down to where I want to be. I'll do the same thing over here. And then all we have left now is to even up the middle. Don't want to put too many ridges in it because then you have to sand it down more. Less sanding you have to do, the better. But we are about where I want to be. And it's nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and put the tool down. And let's stop this and look at it. Oh, yeah, that's going to be pretty. While we've got it there, let's go ahead and sand this baby down. I've got some sandpaper cut here. Now, what I'll do, the first grit that I use, I'll grab another blank that's nice and square so that when it comes on, let's see, only 3 of those. So let's do here. That way I'm usually letting my fingers dig in to the ridge, to the valleys in it, the grooves. This will knock the highlights off and actually square everything up. And then what I'll do, once I've got it where I want it, we'll stop and we'll do some lengthwise sanding. And I'm going to reverse the lathe before I start it up again. So I always just do it now. And so what I'm doing is I'm going reverse, or going side to side, getting rid of some of the scratches from the sandpaper. And then when we're done, see a lot right there in the middle. We'll take care of that with this next run, which is a little bit finer grit. And I'm going the opposite direction because wood has fibers in it. And by going the opposite direction, we lay them down the other way and snap them off. Makes for a smoother piece. So we do that. Stop it, reverse it again, so we're going the other direction. Give it some back and forth. We're going to do this. Let's get some alcohol, some denatured alcohol. Clean this off. Let's see what we've got here. You know, I may kind of see if I can bring the camera closer after we get this done. Okay. What do you think? That is pretty wood. I think that's acceptable. We'll call that one ready for the next step. And let's put the other one up. Now, that was done with traditional tools. And you saw it makes a really nice blank to build the pin around. Now, we're going to do the other one, the walnut, with carbide tools. And I hope I never get old enough that people say carbide tools are the traditional way. Let's look and see what's going on here. Got me on the big screen. That's cool. The Kiwi. But yeah, we've got this one locked in. And you're going to see why most people like these carbide tools. So let's pop this up. Y'all saw how long it took me to do the traditional, which I prefer the traditional because it gives a better result. Turn it, make sure it doesn't hit. Same speed. Well, here we go. Now, this one is scraping more than it's cutting. So it's not as clean as the other one. But there we go. See if we can fix it. Since it was scraping instead of cutting, oh yeah, there's not going to be enough. See what it did? Let's pull that off there and show everybody. Looks like we're only going to make one pin today. It's a sign. And you also see why I like the skew better than the other. So here's what happened. It caught. And if I could find more of it, I could, on this, I guarantee, I've done this before. You could glue these back down when they're down like this, sand them the rest of the way, and you can't even tell that they were hit. The problem is when you've got this much sawdust on the ground, trying to find enough of the pieces. See, I found the two major pieces, but there's still one little spot right there. And I guarantee you that won't get found because I'm not even going to try. But again, I'll put this on there, pour resin on it, and we'll have as a hybrid blank. So it's time for the next step. Now, the next step is putting one little layer of CA glue on. So let's change our mandrel out here to one with some bushings that will allow us to glue on it. I could just take all the bushings off this and use it, but it's just easier for me to keep everything together. And I'm going to look at I have an answer back on what he would like engraved. So let's see. There's my phone. And an email. Okay. Don't have it. He probably not had time to answer. So let's do it without. We'll do it without engraving. We'll do engraving some other time. But all we're going to do, pop this on here and put one of the bushings, the non-stick bushings on. And with this mandrel, I'm going to have to find some more spacers to go on here. And then we can suck it up. You're going to love this part because we're about to put a hard ceramic finish on it, or plastic, whatever you want to call it. Yep, dropped a piece of wood. Now we're going to start with thin CA glue, really thin. And I think that'll go. If not, and what I do is I cut paper towels into strips so I can fold them. We're going to turn this thing down to about 500-600 RPM. There we go, between 5 and 6. And first, we'll put 3-ish rounds of CA glue. And then I throw that in the floor and sweep it up later. Except later never seems to get here until I can't walk across the floor anymore. Go figure. And at first layer, see, normally, I mean, if we were going to laser engrave, we would stop now, take it in there, engrave it. The first layer of CA kind of seals the grain, keep it from bleeding. But since we're not going to go ahead and engrave it, we're just going to go ahead, we let that set up, put another one on. And now I could use Activator to go ahead and set it up faster. But since we're streaming this, I'm just going to say hi and see if anybody has any questions. Because I'll glance over. If you have any questions, just put them in chat. Or if somebody wants to come up, the link's pinned at the top. That way, when someone asks a question, you can just tell me what the question is, and I won't have to be stopping and looking. It's so much hard work to stop and bend my neck over and see there. Okay, good. This will be the last layer of thin. And I'll get everything nice and sealed. 3's usually all you need. Sometimes you only need 2. But what I'll do is I'll come over here to get to where I can see on the reflection. And I'm still seeing some dull spots. So that's still places where it's soaking it in instead of setting on the surface. So we'll give this a chance to dry a little bit. Let's help it along. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put one more layer on so that it's all sealed up nice and pretty. Okay. And then while that one's drying, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can move the camera to where it can see better. So hang on to your seats, because I'm going to unscrew this and move it, hopefully without destroying everything. There we go. Put that on there. Put this down a little bit. And turn it. That's a little bit better. Huh. I think that's better anyway. Okay, and that should be, yes, nice and cured up now. So let's get our medium CA glue and start putting the final finish on. And we'll put about 5 or 6 of these, maybe 4, depends on how it's going on. This time though, we put a blob of it on our paper towel, and then we just go up and let it pull it off. And then we just do this to kind of smooth it out a little bit. And I'll put 2 layers of this. And then I'll hit it with activator. And I'll check it, and I'll put 2 more layers. And then we'll hit it with activator again. I'm wondering if that light causing too much glare. Let's see if that's better, isn't it? Harder for me to see, but I think it looks better on the camera. So after the second, I go ahead and give it a shot of activator. Let's put a couple more on. Set a couple more on. And here we go. Blob of glue. And this is just super glue is all we're using here. But I think you'll be amazed at the results. What I'm going to need from chat is y'all to decide whether we want black and white American flags, just 2 color, or if we want red, white, and blue. And I'll show you both of them when we get to that point. This makes 4. Let's shoot it. Hey, Stuart. Okay. I think 3 more should be plenty on this one. Let's look at it. Oh, yeah. This will be plenty. I'll put my 3 back on. And we will go to the next step. Get up here. Get up here. Ow, hot. By the way, this super glue, while when you hit it with the activator, or really anytime, it's an exothermic reaction, so it gets hot. And if you've got a full drop of this stuff on your skin and you hit it with activator, it will blister deep. And I do know that because I've done it. I was holding something and hit the activator and didn't know, but I'd gotten a drop of it on my finger there and left a scar. So get this last little coat on there. And while that spins a little and cures up, next step is going to be trimming the ends and putting the other mandrel back on and sanding this thing down. So let's check this puppy out here. I can move that. Okay. Should have thought that through. Got the camera arm in the way. Okay. So we can unscrew this. Boy, I hear somebody going by on a loud motorcycle. Okay, now you see it's kind of stuck a little bit to the ends. That'll put little fingernails of CA glue on the end. So we keep us a little piece of sandpaper. You just set it here on the ways and go in a circle, keep it straight up and down, and then check the end. And then you drop it in the floor, bend over, pick it up, try to figure out which, oh, there's that side. And then we go to do the other side. What it's doing is just perfecting that end there, just get it nice and true and everything the same. Now, we are about to put the final workings on this. Let's just grab this. Put our regular mandrel back on. And this time, we've got to put some towels down to soak up water because we do a wet sand for this last piece. And we'll go through all of them fairly quickly. Don't have any high points and stuff like that to worry about, so we're going to crank up the speed of the lathe to about 3,500, 3,600, somewhere around there. Go. Now we'll start with the heaviest grit, work down to the finest on all of these pads. By the time we get down to the finest, it'll be polished and ready to go. Now I always hit it twice with the first one because it's knocking all of the orange peel type stuff, little dimples and things like that off. But after that, it goes pretty quick. You know what? I didn't put my tail down. There we go. Okay. Give each one in a pillow. I ought to do it with Pepsi or beer. Yeah, well, I made your pen with Evan Williams. Now, Jack Daniels. If it's a big fancy pen, we could use like Maker's Mark or something too. Don't want it to get too hot. It'll blister that finish. So, it's looking pretty good. I'll move my other stuff over here. We'll finish it up here instead of on my workbench. Sorry about the mess in here. I need to just get a sign, put a banner up. Sorry about the mess. Not going to do anything about it probably, but still sorry. Okay, we're getting down to the final two. And I'll show you a little secret to get the extra special finish on there. But we've got some friction polish that it's the best I've found for this stuff. And I've tried a bunch of different things. I even just tried a solid block of beeswax. So I can feel it kind of grabbing, which means we got it polished really well. So we'll reach up, clean the water, any excess water off of it. We'll leave it spinning and reach over here and get this Mylan's high build friction polish. It says for wood turning, but it's great for this too. And let's get a little bit on my rag here. And since it's friction polish, you want it to get a little warm, but you just don't want it overheated. And this stuff is not good for you at all. Do not risk getting it on your hands. Or, well, if you get on your hands, like I'm fixing to do, just wash them. But don't get it in your eyes or your mouth or anything like that. Then we'll just take it and then push. And it's sitting there polishing it up. I can see on the reflection what it's doing to it. And then I'll just go to a part of my towel that has none of it. Put it back on. And we are ready to assemble a pen. So, pen assembly time. Let's look at our work here. And here is the results of what we've done. I can't zoom out here. But that looks pretty good. So let's put this back because we're going to take this off to get it out of the way. And then I'll let y'all decide which will look better with it. Now I've got, see, this one is got red, white, and blue. So you got your stripes down there by where you write, and then up at the top it's got the blue stars. And I'm dropping stuff in the floor. The other one has the same design, but it's just black and white. So with this wood would look good with either one, but I'm thinking that the red, white, and blue is going to complement that best. But y'all let me know what you think. We'll let chat. Which do y'all think would look best? While I get the tool up here and everything prepped. Oh, got to take that off first. Black and white. Yeah, they're both flags. The darker one, most people do like the black and white better than the colored one. Get this out of the way. This here. Get it more out of the way. Okay, here's our pen assembly tool. And first thing we do, we'll go ahead and give him the black and white. There's more people are saying darker and black and white, so that's the one we're going to do. And so I got the kit here. And the first thing we're going to do is put the end on it. The nose. Out of there. So let's see. I kind of like it on this end. Take. And we'll smush it in there. Make sure it's straight. And there we've got that done. Now let's put the other end on. These are a little bit easier to assemble than some of the fountain pens and that roller ball and stuff like that, because they've got all of the hardware already assembled for the top here. Normally I'd have to be putting all this in separately. And I think to make this fit, I might have to take the tip off. So let's decide where we want that clip. Let's go ahead and turn it around right there. And then, oh, it'll fit good. Let's press that in. Now, final step. We unscrew the bullet off the end of the pin. And we grab our refill out of the bag. Drop it in. Was there a spring in that? Yes. I missed the spring. Let me get the spring put on the end of it, which means somewhere down there in the floor is the spring that I lost off the other one. Oh, well, I got extras. Okay, so let's put the spring on the refill. Now we can do it. Ta-da! Oh, that I like that combination. And then that'll bring that out. And that'll bring it back in. Okay, so we have waiting patiently for another chance at a bowl. Yeah, I've got some. I got a bowl blank down here that I've started, but it was too dry. So see how it's tearing out. This is black locust. Black locust. But this is one that I'm going to turn into a fairly large, like cereal bowl size bowl. And I don't know if you can see through the junk up there on the wall. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this. But I've got mahogany and cherry and walnut and bodark up there. Got a lot of other stuff, different places. But let's get this over here where we can look at this a little bit better. Yeah. Tighten it up. Yeah, we'll do it inside. But yeah, I will. Osage. Yeah, that would. I hadn't even thought about that. I've got. We've got. You can see playing, but I'm also needing more room. That's one of the reasons I'm glad we're building that house, because my wife told me I could have a shop any size I want. I said, that's an awful big check that you got your name signed to. She said, yeah, but I get to design my purse closet, so I got to behave. Oh, Darren, let me show you something. This is a pen that Darren helped me design, everyone in chat. So it goes together and you twist it like this for the pen to come out. This is one of the ones I'm going to be sending to Miss Ida. It's ready for its finish right now. So I made it out of walnut, just regular walnut, not a burl. And I just think it looks pretty cool. But yeah, Darren helped me design that. And you're still doing okay, right? Darren, still working? Good. Now, I've got refills and stuff here. If you'll yell at me and remind me, I'll send you a couple refills for that. You don't want to have to throw it away when it runs out of ink. Now, what else could we do? What do y'all want to make? Do we want to make something else? I've been making pens maybe 6 months. I've been making bowls and handles and all kinds of stuff for, golly, 40 years, 30 years. They're about 30 years. Huh. Yeah, I can make those. I have made chess pieces before, or at least I've turned down ready for someone to carve, like the knights and the crowns and stuff like that on them. Matter of fact, I've got some cherry, either the cherry and, just trying to think, use the cherry and the walnut, and that would give you your two colors. It would look good. Yeah, I've sometime I'll throw up a picture of the. My wife wanted a fireplace, and we've got a fireplace downstairs, a regular one. Matter of fact, it's in my office. Uh, when I'm streaming, and show y'all the where I'm looking, where the monitors are. Right behind the monitors and to the left is the fireplace. But everybody's got so many sinus problems in this household that you turn on the fireplace and it dries out the air and cause. Yeah, Darren. Um, I've even got somebody that had used to turn duck calls that's going to come over and help me do those, but he's not done it yet. Not Shift Kicker. Thank you. You too. Um, what was I at? My brain stopped. Oh well. Oh yeah, she wanted a fireplace, so I built a. I got a insert, electric insert, and then built the hearth around it and everything. And I cut and made all of the hearth and the wall and the mantle and everything out of Montauk slate. Cut it and got it put on there, so it's nice black fireplace, stone fireplace. And then I built. They look like kitchen cabinets, and did a nice pour on top. Oh yeah, I've done blanks where there are two different types of wood, and I even did some with Celtic knot in it. Um, oh, hey, Mrs. Coin Crew. I was just making a pin. I did a one of the bolt action pins that G Ride won that last night, and told me to pick a good wood for it, and so I made that to send it to him. Um, but yeah, so I got this fireplace done, and entertainment center, the whole 9 yards, glass fronts for the entertainment center, and all that. And then one day we're sitting there, and she said, "Let's move the fireplace to the other side of the room." Guys, that is a think about it. Let's move the fireplace to the other side of the room. Yeah, it's as hard as it sounds too. But I got it taken apart and rebuilt it on the other side, and that's where it is now. I told her if she wants to move it again, I'm just going to take it and build a new one because I don't want to try to move it. It's easier to rip that one out and throw it away, build a new one, than it is to move those things. Yeah, that phrase is right up there with "hand me that piano," of things that you really don't want to hear. But yeah, this is my Xanax room. I get out here and I can just sit and start making stuff. Matter of fact, I've got things like there's a handle that I started, haven't finished because I wasn't sure what I'm going to put it on. But no, I'm not just going to hit people. But yeah, I need to finish that bowl out. Yeah, I don't guess it would hurt to. Yeah, we'll do that some other time. Okay. This is also where I make the rings. I've got a little ring mandrel that'll let me put them on there, and then I can put everything in it. And or my wife will have put everything all that in it. That I'll bring it out here and turn it down, smooth it out, and polish it. But yeah, it's you know what I forgot to do with that pen? Let me look at it real fast. Okay, no, that's good. If I don't use that friction polish on it, I've actually got a mandrel here that lets me polish the pen up. And this is what I use if I don't use the other stuff. And don't tell Brad, everybody. But you see this? It's going to be a gold pen. You know how he is about gold. I'm actually going to make him a just a gold pen. It's going to be kind of translucent, but I like having the pen blanks or the stuff, the molds to make these pen blanks. So we'll see how that turns out. You know what? We could do that right now. I think I'm going to see how that would turn out because I've got a tube already. Let's cut this thing down and try it. Matter of fact, if it comes out good, we'll put it on that the other flag. So let's cut this down. Let me get over here on the bandsaw. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to move it. And now we'll mark it so that I know where the cut should be. Ish. Uh-oh, there's a person at the bottom door. Who's at the bottom? Oh, that's my son going somewhere, I think. Okay. So we've got our piece. Let's open the door and see what's out there. Yeah, that's my son going to town or something. Don't wear headphones. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Usually I wear them because I try to get somebody to come up on the panel with me. That way they can read chat to me while I'm working and I can get, it's hard going back and forth. Remember, let's see here. Let's move this camera back down where we can watch it. There we go. So first step, remember we got to drill this open. So let's get this out of the way over here. This up, and we're going to need chucks. This one. chuck in. Remember what size drill bit we need? 3/8 inch, right? 3/8 inch. There we go. Time to make the donuts. Okay, we don't want 3,600 RPMs drill, especially on this stuff. Let's see. Pull it out. Got to go deeper. Okay, your boy grabbed. And get up there. Yeah, that stuff gets hot too. Now let's check our tube. Make sure we got a good. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Let's glue that puppy in there. Then we can turn it down. Make sure we get that sucked in there good. Quit dropping stuff, dummy. He called me a dummy. Okay, we're going to go with our thick CA. And again, we just suck it down on the tube. And then you stick it in there first. And then pick which side we want. Make sure you give it a little spin. And then using your tape. And this will move back and forth so you get it lined up the way you want it. Then hit it with the activator. Okay. Now, time for the turning. Oh, you know what we forgot? You know what I forgot? I forgot the dangerous part. Remember, kids, don't try this at home. Wait, I'm going to let that set a little bit longer before I do that. We are going to go ahead and get our chucks and stuff out of the way. But we don't need them. That'll give that time to set up more. I keep most of my tools that I use all the time, like keys and stuff like that, got down here on a little magnetic strip. There we go. And we'll move that. Now, the mandrel. We won't have to put a CA finish on this one. That's got that ready. Let's square those ends up. A little bit more. Perfect. Let's do this side. And you're going to see how much harder it is to turn this acrylic stuff. Because Comes off in strips. Okay, let's turn up. I'm going to use the carbide tools for this because it never had much luck using traditional tools with this stuff. I can do it, but it just takes forever because I have to cut such a thin piece off each time. So let's put this to the test. Well, that happened. Got my connection back. Sorry about that. I'm definitely going to have to get the internet working better out here in the shop. Okay. I got my face shield because this thing throws chips up everywhere. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't Yeah, I need to get somebody up here so they could keep you entertained while my connection's reconnecting. I don't know what they're doing. Okay. Now, that is one long string. Just one long string. I can take my face mask off now that I got through the chipping part. When you first start doing it, those chips everywhere. But that right there is just one long string. And you can see it'll get yanked up on there. And just do that and it'll break it. One of the reasons that I prefer wood to the resin stuff. Okay, get that stuff off there so that we can see. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but the only way you can figure that out is to do it. Get these stupid things off here. Hey, look, it didn't drop me this time. Okay. That should be enough to get us where we can finish this out. Sorry I'm so quiet right now, but I'm using a round tool to make a flat blank, and I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let's turn that off. Get out there. Okay. Yeah, we're ready to sand. So we'll just leave it running. Grab our sanding paper. Now this time I've got it pretty straight, but like I said, I always start using a piece of wood on it. And let's just kind of knock those edges down. And make sure it's nice and smooth. Yeah. You know what? I don't think it'll work. But we're going to find out. Since it's not wood, we don't have to change directions in it. All we have to do now is start polishing it. I'm going to surprise myself. I'm going to go ahead and put my rag up there. so I don't get water on the ways. And let's start polishing. Same grits, same pads. Don't know how this is going to turn out, but we won't know how it's going to turn out unless we do it, so we can see. I'm hoping it looks as good as this part right here, not this up here. Just go through all of them real quick. Let's crank it up to a little bit faster, about 35, 3600, 3644. We'll have a big reveal here in 4 more pads. Two more pads. Okay, it's nice and slippery. It gets actually, once you get it smooth, it gets where it grabs a little bit on these real fine ones. Okay. Get some of that water off there. Let's see what we got. Yep, that's what I was afraid of. I did not have the, let's turn the light off. I didn't have, it's too see-through. It's too transparent. I'm not going to put that on a pen. Pen look like crap. But this is how we experiment and come up with new stuff. Every once in a while you get one that looks really good and you think, okay, I'm going to do that again. But you can see where the glue that I glued this in, I really needed that to be the gold part to be more opaque. Well, I can turn this down and back to just a straight blank tube and put something else on it. Well, that was a good try anyway. Looks smiley face. No, candy. Well, I tell you what, we're going to call this one a done deal. And I'll see y'all inside. I think I may crank up the laser and let y'all watch the laser some. So see y'all in just a little bit. Thank you for stopping by. G-Ride sent me the message, but it wasn't there when we got to the point. So may give him the option. I may keep that one and give him the option of a different type style pen, because this was my last black and white one. And there's what we made. We did successfully make one, but you can see it's not exactly easy, but it's fun. Thank you, everybody.